Okay, let's go ahead and review our basic algebra. And the question here is, does this line y equals 4x plus 1, does it pass through the point 1, 3? Okay, so you can kind of visualize this here, and I'm going to show the graph of what's going on graphically, but I want you first to try to interpret what's going on. This is a line, a linear equation. Technically, this is called a linear equation, which is an equation of a line. So we can graph this line, and hopefully you know how to graph this line. But we want to again answer. Hey, we got this line. Okay, some graph of this line. Does it cross through this XY point 1, 3? Okay, so here's 1, 3. Does this line pass through it or does it not pass through it? That is the question. Not difficult to answer, but it could be confusing for some of you out there. But this is just real basic type of algebra skills that we want to make sure you have down. You have these strong foundational skills down. So if you're not quite sure what to do here, well then good. I'm glad that you are watching this video because you definitely need to know how to answer this. Now, if you know how to answer this and you know the answer, then go and put that into the comment section and justify it. Okay, just don't put yes it does or no it doesn't. You know, back it up with some sort of expression. But I'm going to answer this question here in just 1 second. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. I'm going to leave a link to my math help program in the description of this video. But basically, I have 100 plus different math courses ranging from pre-algebra to pre-calculus and everything in between. So if you're at the middle school level, high school level, even college level in terms of mathematics, I can help you excel in your math courses. If you're taking any exam that has math on it, so things like the GED, SAT, ACT, ASVAB, GRE, GMAT, AccuPlacer, ALEX exam, CLEP exam, teacher certification exam, end of course exam. I can go on and on and on. There's so many different type of exams that people have to take. Anyways, all those exams I mentioned and all many others, they have a math section on them. If you don't pass the math, you don't pass the exam. Let's not let that happen to you. Again, just check out my full course catalog. I have a ton of test prep courses. Now, if you homeschool, you definitely want to check out my homeschool math program. I've been working with homeschoolers for a long time successfully. And if you don't have any math notes, don't panic just yet. You need something to study from, so you can use my math notes. I'm going to leave links to my math notes in the description of this video, but you've got to take your own great math notes. Okay, this is the secret to being awesome in math. If you take awesome notes, you're going to have awesome grades. Okay, just trust me on this one. I've been teaching math for decades. This is kind of like one of those little hidden secrets that most students don't realize. Okay, so let's get in to this question. And let me show you graphically what's going on here. So if I asked you to graph this line, this linear equation, y equals 4x plus 1, that's a separate question in and of itself. You know, this is in y equals mx plus b form. 1 is the y-intercept. It's the point where, and I have a basic sketch here, doesn't show it perfectly, but this would be 1. Okay, so this is the y-intercept, the location where the line crosses through the y-axis, and then this is the slope. So here, this is 1, and then the slope is 4, or 4 over 1. Okay, so it's going to rise up 4 and run 1. So from that 1, from that y-intercept, we're going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. So this is a basic sketch. So I have one point here. This is the y-intercept again, y-intercept. And then here is the slope, or our m, and that's how we interpret it. So from this point, we use the slope information to get to our second point. Now we have 2 points, and we can kind of draw our line through it. So that's how you sketch or graph this line. In this case, it's y equals 4x plus 1. But the question is, does this line pass through the point 1, 3? So if we had a graph paper, I would be like, okay, here's 1, and then let's see where 3's out. 1, 1, 2, 3. It's kind of like right here. Now, maybe on the sketch, it looks pretty close. It's possible that if I sketch this accurately, it may or may not, let me use a different color here, go through this line. Okay, so we'd have to have a super accurate graph to determine that, because it is pretty close. But we don't want to use a graph to answer this question. Okay, we want to use algebra. All right, so how do I answer this question? Well, first of all, let's understand this point here, 1, 3, we call this a point on the XY coordinate plane. But it's also referred to as a, again, as a coordinate, but it's also precisely referred to as an ordered pair. Okay, so this is X and this is Y. So it's a pair. It's a pair of information. Okay, there's two things here. And there's a particular order. X is first and Y is second. Okay, so in this case, 1 is the X coordinate and 3 is the Y coordinate, and this entire thing is the point on the XY plane. Okay, so this is the x-axis. So hopefully you know how to plot points and you understand this. Okay, so this 1 is in the x spot and the 3 is in the y spot. So this is an ordered pair x, y. So let's go back over to our equation. We have y equals 4x plus 1. And let me just go ahead and write that right here. Y equals 4x plus 1. Now here's the deal. If this point is on this line, okay, when I plug in this respective x and y information into this equation, the equation will be balanced. It will be a true statement. So let me go ahead and plug this in and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so y is 3. So I'm going to plug in for this y right here a 3, okay, temporarily. And here's my 4. That's my slope. And then I'm going to plug in this other part of this point, this ordered pair, 1. So I got the point 1, 3. I'm going to plug in 1, 3 into this line. Okay, so I'm plugging in a 1 where x is at and a 3 where y is at. Okay, so you can see here for x, I'm plugging in a 1 plus 1. So now what I need to do is I need to just go ahead and simplify both the left and right hand side and see what I come up with. So I got 3. And this is 4 plus 1, or sorry, 4 times 1, which is 4, plus 1 is 5. So the question is 3 equal to 5? No, it is not. Okay, that implies that this point 1, 3 is not on this line. It is not on this line. Okay, points that are on this line, y equals 4x plus 1, when you plug them in, will balance. You'll end up with like 7 is equal to 7, 10 is equal to 10, whatever the case might be. Okay, so when you plug in these points into your respective linear equations and the left and right do not balance out, then that point is not on that line. Okay, so that's how you answer that type of equation or that type of question in your algebra courses. All right, so got to understand these basic aspects. I think a lot of students sometimes miss this. They're more focused on, oh, I can graph a line and I can plot these points, but you got to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together and be able to answer questions like this using algebra. But graphically, you can kind of see what's going on. Now, 3, it's not so far from 5. That's why graphically it looks kind of close, but that's not, close doesn't cut it. When it comes to math, we have to be 100% precise. Now, if in fact you got this problem correct and you had, the right justification, I must give you a happy face and a good old 1985 flat top haircut. That was an awesome haircut. I wore that haircut for a long time. I wore it in high school. It was cool then. And then when I joined the Marine Corps, it was just, after they took off all my hair, I kind of wore that haircut for a long time. And I wore it now, and unfortunately, I can't wear it now because I just, don't have as much hair up there as I wish. And that's what happens when you get old, okay? Older, all right? So it's all relative. Some of you are older than me, and I'm older than some of you. But listen, when you have your hair, have fun with it, okay? Style it up, take care of it. But anyways, nice job. Let me give you an A plus and a few stars just to make you feel extra special today. But here's the thing, okay? When it comes to algebra, I think sometimes students, they don't really focus in enough on the foundational basic skills. So when you're learning this stuff, really pay attention to the things that you think you already know. Okay, that's a common mistake. Like, oh, I already know this stuff. Well, there's a lot of little details, little aspects to problems like this that sometimes students don't quite understand. So hopefully this video helped you out and it was a good little review. And if that is the case, go ahead and consider smashing that like button. That definitely helps me out. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years, have over 1,000 plus math videos, basic math, arithmetic, all the way to calculus. So I'm all over the place. I love to teach math. My goal is to try to teach math in a clear and understandable way. So if you need help in mathematics, please take advantage of all the content that I produced and all the stuff that I will produce. But my best math help will always be within my math help program. Okay, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.